All right, fellas, let's talk about trekking poles. These guys, sticks, trekking stick, hiking sticks, whatever you want to call them. I'm just going to lead straight off. I'm going to tell you exactly that. I'm a gear junkie, and I have never been so affected as I was when I discovered and started utilizing a pair of trekking poles. It's a game changer, right? More so than Reflectix and a Bic. I'm telling you, if you're hiking of any distance, a mile or two or more, I'm telling you, you should look into these. Let's get into it. Let's go up and down with these guys. So these ones are that brand, and I did pay a pretty good penny for these. The good ones are not cheap. I did have a coupon and they were on sale, so that did me well. But why? Why? I mean, crazy. You go outside. There's trees and sticks. Oh, a stick. I'll use a broom handle. I'll say, well, okay. Look, here's the up and down of why these are worth the money. As you go down the trail, first of all, the straps on the real live ones, real live brand name, where they're purpose built and not just made out of Chinesium. You put your hand up in and roll it around and grab. And what happens is now you're hanging on it. So with every step, when you plant that, you don't have to grip and hold on. You can ease up your grip and lean on it. And now you're leaning, just like, end of it, you lean on the side of the truck while you're walking. You're leaning. You're also taking some of the weight up off of your legs, off your ankles, your knees, your hips, your back. You young guys, you're watching this and you want to learn about it. Hey, good on you, great on you. Make your body last a little longer. But when you're a guy my age, and I'm a little older than a couple of people that are a few years younger than me, and wow, what a difference! It to me it removes miles from a hike through the woods or down the road or on the trail. So why not just use a broom handle? Well, there's the straps, and you can make straps like that if you're so inclined. These are adjustable. One of the things that you're supposed to do is have pretty much a 90 degree. So it feels a little awkward that they're so high on you at first, but you'll realize that that's exactly where you want. So as you're walking, you put it out in front of you, you plant it, and keep on walking past it. If you go down a trail and it's a bold trail, a little muddy, a little slippy, and you've already got these things in play, when that foot does go to slip, you have the other foot and two poles planted already. With every step, when you lift a foot, you've already got a stick planted. So you've always got 3 points of contact on the ground already. So a lot of times, a little slip of the foot is a non-issue. It just is. Going down the trail, you can move around. They're a whole lot lighter than a broom handle. And that's the idea. Not so much light to hold them up, but you're going to be flicking these out in front of you with every step. Yes, you will feel it in your arm a little bit, not too bad, but they're just so worth it. Some of my advice, if you get them, there's ones that have flick. You flick it open, you can adjust it up and down. They don't collapse as easily. There's ones that are twist lock. Twist. Oh, I don't have to mess with this adjustment. I just twist. I'm going to tell you immediately. You're going to put that thing in a crevice of a rock, and as you walk, you're going to twist it, and it's going to unlock, and you're going to, over to one side you go. I have yet to see twist lock on trekking poles like this fail. Now, like I say, these guys are pretty pricey, and you can go to some of the big box stores, some of the sporting goods places, and pick a set up for like $20. Oh, $20. I don't have to spend that big money. And it's a great jumping off point. Great to get into and figure out that, yes, these things really do make a huge difference. And $20 is not a bad lottery ticket. Then you can take those ones and give them to your kids, and then you go spend some serious money. Get the ones with the cork handles and a good, comfortable strap, and that are lighter, and have all the different things. I also, in the bottom, you can get them ones that have the shock absorber in it. And everybody thinks like, oh, you won't feel it in your wrist because of the shock. It just adds weight. It's really not worth the hype. It just adds weight to it. And it's one more thing to fail. It's not necessary. Make sure they do have these are carbide or some FM material they put in the bottom of that so that it grabs onto a rock. They won't slip. And, I got them on the concrete out here in the kitchen. And you can see there, once they plant on a rock, it's kind of nice. Another, that bold trail, and it's full of water and muck and slime, and you got your trail runners on. You don't want to get them on. You can get off to the side of the bowl, plant these out in front of you, and away you go. You're not down in the water. And you're nice. You're going over a log, steppity by steppity. Plant these guys out there. It's not an issue. Crossing a stream on a log is crossing, a muddy trail on a log it's not an issue really. They're just so worth it. I will say, the young guys, the real young guys, for your kids, if your kids are, between the ages of 9 and 14, I really wouldn't spend big money on them because they're not going to notice the difference in weight. But what they will do is Errol Flynn, and they will just beat the snot out of these. They'll slam them against trees or bang them against each other. They'll get them stuck down in a rock and just wrench them straight over because they just don't have the brain power to understand not to destroy stuff that's really going to be their best friend. And also, they didn't spend the money. They don't care. So if you're wanting to drop a whole, couple $100 in the woods, go for it. Get your kids the best brand. Otherwise, get the $15, $20 set and let them understand it. Most likely, they'll lean it against a tree and lose it, and you will fall in love with them. You'll say, my God, these are invaluable. And when your kid loses one of his, you'll be just right fit to be tied. Like, how could you lose that? Now you only have one. Are you a stupido? Wow. Just get him a cheap set, let him destroy it, and maybe later in life when his back starts to hurt, his or her back starts to hurt, they'll get into it. Going down hills, you get these out in front of you, and it takes the pressure right off of the knees. Going downhill when you got old knees, boy, they ache. And if you get these guys out in front of you, oh, does it feel so much better. Also, you have a whole lot of stability. Going uphill, I always kind of do this action like I'm pulling a rope, and it actually feels like I'm pulling myself up a hill because I'm planting and pushing. Sometimes it's like rowing a canoe to get you up top of it. And you get to the top of the hill and you're like, wow, these things are just so worth it. Cork handles, I would advise, it's good. These have the rubber, the neoprene below them. I think the idea was that you could use them like this, and then if on uphills or something like that, you could change your grip. But I like to have my hand up in that sling like that, holding it, because I get to lean with every step. And they do collapse. They are crazy lightweight. And that's about it. Come on. They pack up real easy. If you get either a piece of string, piece of paracord. Oh, gotta have paracord. They also have that metal bendy rubbery things. And if you attach that to your pack, and you just put that right there, and a little twisty, they're like giant bread twisty ties. They attach right to your pack. I'm telling you guys, they are just so worth the money. Every day, fellas, learn or teach. Good day, you do both.